Welcome. Now I'm going to share with you a Qigong Daoyin move, which is sometimes called fountain gong because it goes up and round like a fountain. Like with many of these things, all of these things, it's a lot about how you bring your attention to the move, not just waving your arms about. It's about bringing your attention to different places and trying to coordinate all that together. So I'll talk you through it. Starting off with, we want the feet to be parallel. Actually look at your feet and check that the outside edges of the feet are parallel and that the feet line up with the shoulders. Okay, so it's a bit wide, not super narrow, but not really wide either. Look at your shoulders, look at the line down, should be under the middle of your feet. Now, just sway back and forth so the weight's moving from your heels to your toes. And what I want you to do is find the midpoint. You imagine that the sole of the foot has a triangle on it between the ball of the big toe, the ball of the little toe and the heel. I want you to find that center point where they're equal, and that means you're putting your attention behind the second and third toes, which is the point kidney 1, Yongquan. We want to make sure we keep our weight there the whole time so that the legs are actually slightly primed. You should feel a bit of an activation in your legs. The knees are soft. The head lengthens towards the sky. A nice thing I learned recently, I came across, if you imagine your head's a balloon floating upwards, which is tied to your rib cage, and your rib cage is a buoy in the sea, and then your feet are an anchor to the bottom of the sea. So the feet are steady, the rib cage lifts, the head lifts, the knees are bent. And what we're going to do is turn our palms upwards as we breathe in. As the palms get to the level of the forehead, we're going to take our elbows out and rotate the hands out. And then we're going to bring them down as we breathe out. The knees bend slightly more. Bring them back to the center. Okay, easy as that. Breathing in as you come up here, we want the palm to get to the same line as the forehead, the third eye. That's the point at which you stop raising the arms. As you reach sideways, I want you to think about your elbows leading the movement so that your shoulders can stay relaxed. Elbows are moving sideways. Breathing out as you come down. And as you come in, the palms are lining up with dantian underneath the navel, your center of gravity. Okay? And this rotation comes out of the shoulder. The elbows are moving aside. The weight is still behind the toes. Breathing through the nose. That's it, good. Now to be more specific with the breathing, we're going to use breathing technique where we're breathing in, hold, breathing out, hold, breathing in, Hold. Breathing out. Hold the out breath. And depending where you are in terms of your comfort levels, you can take it slowly. Think about trying to make it a count of 4 seconds for each movement. But if that leads to too much discomfort or any tension, then for 2 seconds or 3 seconds. If 4 seconds seems easy, you can slow it down even more. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is your weight still behind the balls of the toes? And what we call the midfoot? Are you still able to keep your shoulders relaxed? That's good. Try and coordinate the wrists so they rotate at the same time. The shoulders rotate at the same time. And the bend in the knees stops at the same time as the hands get to the bottom. And as you lift, straightening the knees a little bit, you get to that point as the hands get to the level of the third eye again. So the legs and the arms are synchronized. And the breath is synchronized. Now, to get some further activation, connection, think about lengthening through the fingertips. Breathing all the way out. Hold. Fingertips are lengthening, creating a little bit of activation through your arms and into your torso. Pressing through the midfoot, behind the toes, getting activation through the legs and into the torso. Breath, integrating, just also with the arms and legs. Nice. That's good. If you want to, you can add a little bit of a rotation here, just to make it a little more complex. So that's breathing in And what you're doing is you're shifting the waist only. I should say the waist and hips. You are moving the hips, but you're not changing the way your arms move. The arms still stay in that square. But because you're moving your waist to the side, it can give the impression that the arms are making a different pattern. Up the center, rotating. And as you rotate back to the center, the hands are coming together again. Shoulders relaxed. Breathing in, hold, breathing out, hold, breathing in, hold as you rotate, breathing out, hold as you return, breathing in, hold as you rotate, breathing out, hold as you return. Remembering to lengthen through the fingers and connect through the midfoot behind the big toes. Breathing out. To finish, come back to the center. Just rest for a few breaths. Try and allow thoughts to pass. They will come into your head. Just let them float on. Enjoy. That's one of my favourite opening the day moves. Loosens the shoulders, gets the rib cage and the pelvic floor and the pelvis working, activates the legs, gently opens the channels. Feels good. I even find it tends to clear my nose and my head. Good for stress, it's good for stiff shoulders, stiff neck. Helps to build and preserve your chi. Have fun with it. Any questions in the comments? Please like and subscribe.